I just want to make sure that when we do it right. And because this is the first time we're doing it, maybe taking that next step of getting,
The administration has no objection to a week's delay. We would strenuously object, or 2 weeks delay. We would strenuously object to a referral back, but a week's delay, if y'all want to think about it.
And let me say, I appreciate the administration for doing this in Public Works Department. I think this is something we need to streamline this process. As Councilmember Laster spoke of, he's worked with this process. It is an arduous process, and so if we can definitely find another way to make it work, I think we should.
Councilman Stardick.
Thank you. I truly appreciate the intent. There's no one here that appreciates efficiencies more than I do, and the work that we've done since we've all been in office to assist in the departments in moving forward with technology. We've supported them with technology needs. We've supported them with all these other needs they need to make things better. But I'm looking at the fact that we're still not. There are still so many other things that we could be focused on in those departments as far as efficiencies than to change something that is as significant as this with regard to approvals. I think there's probably so much more room. We just heard that in Public Works that they just realized that Google was available to avoid duplications in going out to pothole repairs. So I think that I'm not confident that we have our priorities straight. So once again, I'm not convinced, and I appreciate everyone's comments. Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm comfortable with the amendment that Vice Mayor Pro Tem Davis is offering that gives us an outlet should we have concerns about it. And this is only limited to the abandonment of certain easements. It's not, like sale of, other real estate or other community center or something that we're trying to sell. That would still go through the normal process. This would only be the abandonment of certain easements. And as Councilmember Laster stated, it's in exchange for other easements of equal or greater value. So it's a very, it's very clear the guidelines as to when this would apply. And then also it would not include anything that would include streets, for example. That would still, from what I can read here, those would still come to City Council if it impacts a street or anything like that. So we're just talking about easements, and we would be getting something in return. It's not like we're just selling it for a certain amount. There'll be appraisals built into the process as well. So again, this is just for the abandonment of certain easements, and it's to expedite the process. Thank you.
Councilmember Bradford.
Thank you, Mayor. Simply said, and I know that my colleagues, member Barr, know better than what's being represented here. And I mean that professionally, very respectfully. The charter cannot be superseded or preempted by an ordinance we're talking about today. You all know that. The ordinance that the Vice Mayor Pro Tem has amended cannot be superseded. That will not supersede the charter's authority. The charter is controlling. So it doesn't matter how you amend your ordinance, the charter is going to control this issue. The charter gives the mayor unilaterally and sole authority to determine what goes on the agenda. So you can say in this ordinance amendment all you want to, the mayor shall do something in an ordinance. It doesn't mean anything. The charter trumps the ordinance. And the ordinance says the mayor at his or her sole discretion gets to set the agenda. Not this ordinance today. Ordinances do not trump the charter. Okay? So understand that you can amend the ordinance any way you want to amend an ordinance. If you don't change the charter, giving the mayor the authority to post the agenda, you're not doing anything today except, some language, for the record, but it's not enforceable. Now, any mayor may choose or choose not to do such, but don't think because you put something in the ordinance that's subordinate to the charter, it has meaning, because it does not. And members of the bar, you all know that to be fact. The other thing is this. The process that was articulated that we're trying to streamline here, the holdup is not council's approval, Councilmember Green. The holdup is not council's approval. When it gets to council, we approve it, just the same week. So it may be a little time getting it ready to come to council. I'll stipulate that. But that's just a few weeks. City easement, that's realty. That's property. City property is a precious asset. It's a precious asset. Sometimes it's a few feet of land, but other times it could be acres of land. And we should not give up our authority today and certainly going forward into the future. You're going to block future council members from having authority and say-so in what happens to feet or perhaps acres of city land. We shouldn't do that. We shouldn't do that. And what the city attorney said is absolutely correct about it. It's not violating the charter. I agree with what she has said. But the issue is separate. We're mixing issues here.